YouTube? It's Ashley Marie. I'm back at it again today. Welcome to Malia TV. Alright, you see my hair is a little different today. I just picked it out, that's all. So, as promised, I am going to proceed. I am going to proceed with my jobs. So, I'm going to do my Starbucks. So, while I was in Chicago at the time, I was looking for work. I didn't really know what to do. So I was like, you know what? Let me try Starbucks. I was finally, I was only 17, and certain Starbucks you cannot work at because they do serve alcoholic beverages. So you have to be 18 at one point in time. So luckily, I got one that didn't sell any of those things. Now, I was on the north side of Chicago where there are literally the rich and the poor all in one place. So I had to do with a lot of things. The first thing I would say I have to do with is slight prejudice. Just by, you know, there being majority people who are not like me. And it's not to sound, you know, it's not for me being prejudiced, just them. They have their certain stereotypes of what they do. So it was alright. I like the experience. I love working at Starbucks, let me say. Because number one, you will never be bored. There's always somebody calling in. There's always parades and festivals going on. And you will be very, 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 very occupied. Now, making beverages is kind of difficult. The only difficult part for me was when I would have to taste coffee. I'm not really a coffee drinker like that. I'm not like a Starbucks coffee drinker. Like, I'll drink some Dunkin' because it's not as strong. So when I drank that, my stomach was just in the bathroom. Oh my god, it would mess my stomach up. You know, espresso is very strong, it's very concentrated, so it does something in there anyway. So, my boss was cool, the staff was cool. It was certain things that I couldn't do with my hair. Like, I couldn't wear my hair like this and just wear it like this. Like, I had to have some type of headgear on, which I hated because my hair is not really meant to be in anything like a hat. Like, I can't, it's hard for me to fit my hair in a hat. It's hard for me to fit my hair in a cap because it just comes out because my hair is going to do what it wants to do. That was pretty hard for me. I couldn't have my nails done, which sucked because, you know, unless they were like this short and like, but you have to make sure like it's not noticeable. Like, they don't know that you know, they're fake nails. It was always the one that we went to specifically always had the kids and the adults because we were right down the street from a school. There was one incident, so we're gonna go into story time. There was one incident in which I had ran into a really bad experience with someone. So this guy comes and he walks up and he asks for I think he asked for like an iced latte, a grande iced latte in a venti cup. So what I did was, you're always supposed to repeat back to what they say. So I repeated it. And then he says, no, that's not what I asked for. And I said, okay, well, what did you ask for? And then he said the same thing that I said, that he told me that I said back. So I kept repeating it, and he was like, and he called me a bitch. Damn! Whew. Let me tell you, child, it would have been a sight to see. Okay, but you know, I'm around all these white people, like they might call the police on me and take me away, so I have to keep my composure. That blew me away like so much that I literally, like, after that happened, like, I told my boss what happened. And I went to the bathroom and I was so emotional. I had called my mom, and she's watching this, I'm sorry for saying that word. And I called my mom and I was crying, and I told her what he did and what he said, and she said it's gonna be alright. So I just went back out there after he left to do what I had to do, and I told my boss what happened afterward. So, you know, eventually we found out who it was, and he's not gonna come back. Another thing is, a lot of those rich people that we see in there, we all know that they do drugs. all of them do drugs. Sometimes you will literally see cocaine powder on dollar bills. Like, it's that bad. That's number one. And number two, on top of that, oh yeah, they're really rude too. Like, if you don't do it specifically how they ask, they lose their mind. It's just way too much. But the overall experience was fun. Like, I would work there again. Like, if I wasn't working where I was working at now, which is way better. Their pay was really good. I got paid $11.34 an hour, but working in Chicago, you know, their taxes are higher, but you do get paid higher. You are obligated to make at least $10 an hour, and I think they just upped that to $13 by the end of the end of the summer. So that's pretty sweet. Sadly, like, I moved back to Georgia, so I had to find new work, and new work was very, very difficult to do. Why was it difficult to do? Because I'm in the middle of nowhere. There's not really much you can do unless you want to work in some factory, or if you had to work in a bigger city. So it's a lot of commute, it's a lot of everything. But being a barista would be fun for somebody who loves, like, the adrenaline of like having to rush all the time. Making beverages was fun. I was really good on hot bevs, but I was not good at cold beverages. Like, I struggled so much with frappuccinos, and that was just the end of that. But yeah, that was my experience, man. It wasn't I didn't stay there very long. I only stayed there for about a month, and I moved back down here for purposes I shall not disclose. So that's gonna be, I think that's gonna be the end of this video. So holla back at me, you know, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Okay, I love you, and guess what? I'm out. Peace out.
If you feel, girl, let me know what's up, girl.